Delighted to welcome Danny Higginbotham making his debut. Danny, good to have you. You're making your first appearance on the show, so we've got you a gift.
Thank you.
Yeah? It's this. It's Danny Higginbotham.
Oh, brilliant.
As you might recognise, we've got these around, and that's you in action for Gibraltar. So, again, no frame. The budget won't stretch that far, but the picture's all yours to take home.
Well, you can't polish a turd, that's for sure, on this photo, but, you know, thank you very much.
Speaking of polishing turds, let's talk England. No, let's not. We're not going to start with England. We'll start with Suarez, obviously. Just a remarkable chain of events, not least leaving the BBC, concentrating on that much more than the game they were actually covering. The media gone into a frenzy, social media in meltdown. What's going to happen, Danny, do you think?
Oh, it's a tough one. I think there has to be a long, long ban, though. You know, straight away you've got to put him out of the World Cup. It's his third time now, and something needs to be done about it.
2 years, do you think?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I just think that you can't not make an exception for this. It's ridiculous.
And FIFA will hate that, won't they? Because he's such a global star.
Well, he's a huge player, and now FIFA have got to act, because if they don't and he remains in the World Cup, then it's just going to end up a laughingstock. What
will this do to his transfer stock, if anything?
I don't know. I don't think it will matter, because a Barcelona or Real Madrid, obviously dependent on the ban, if you take the ban out of the equation, then he's still a fantastic player. But with a lengthy ban, he'll be stuck at Liverpool. All
right, let's talk about England. We've got to do it. It's a contractual obligation. Everyone had talked about the new dawn and 9 changes from the team that lost against Uruguay, but we ended up with Rooney on the right and Gerrard Lampard in the middle.
Yeah, it was, you know, everybody's saying you want to play the youngsters, which they did do, but I think there was a lot of pressure on them to perform, you know, to get given the chance. But in a whole, it's not been anywhere near good enough. People saying you take the positives. Any positives England had that they're supposedly taking away from the tournament, people were talking about them before the tournament. And for me, it's just not been good enough in any way.
Do you think it was Roy Hodgson allowing Gerrard and Lampard to say goodbye? Do you think that's what that was about?
Possibly. There's every way it could have been. You know, it's a decision that they're going to make. They've been fantastic players. I'm sure Roy Hodgson maybe wants them to stay on, so the decision will be made soon, and hopefully they make the right one.
Jack Wilshere looked lively. Should he have played earlier on in the tournament, do you think?
I think he's a fantastic player. He's got a lot to offer, but I think the way that he started with Gerrard and Henderson, I think that was the right way to go.
OK, Costa Rica winning the group. Nobody saw that coming, 50-1. I wish I had. And they're playing Greece in the last 16, which is extraordinary, really, that either of those teams have made it through. Certainly Greece.
Yeah, I think after the first game, everybody was looking and thinking, well, Greece, you know, they shouldn't even have bothered turning up. But Samaris turned up last night and really turned the scales on Ivory Coast, who I fully expected to go through.
And Colombia was a game you commentated on last night against Japan.
Yeah.
I've got them in the sweepstake, the World Cup show sweepstake. And I think genuinely they might go quite deep in the tournament.
They really could. James Rodriguez is your man. You know, in 45 minutes, he did more than what most players have done in the whole of the tournament so far. He scored 1 and set up 2, and he's a fantastic player that is going to be a superstar and just keeps getting better and better.
What are the weak links that you identify with Colombia?
I think defensively, you know, there's a few questions that can be asked of them, but they tend to attack so much that they don't really worry about that. You know, and with Falcao out, everybody was concerned about that, but James Rodriguez has taken that on his shoulders and he's really thriving off it.
OK, Danny, let's look at tonight's games in a little bit more detail. This is where you can play any of the 3 cards we've given you. That's breakout, star, unsung hero, or head-to-head, tactical battle. Apply them for any game that you want. We'll do it in chronological order. Start with Argentina, Nigeria, and that's the subject of your head-to-head, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if you look at Emenike, I think he's powerful, strong, quick. Against Federico Fernandez, who's been getting a little bit of stick. You know, he doesn't really like the physical battle, doesn't like the balls down the side of him or over the top, and that's Emenike's strength. So whether Fernandez will be up to the battle will be a very, very interesting encounter.
Do you fancy Argentina in this one, or do you think Nigeria might cause them enough problems?
I think Nigeria will cause them problems, but I think Argentina have got enough going forward to get the result that they need. OK,
the other 5 o'clock kickoff, UK time anyway, Bosnia Iran. Asmir Begovic is a player that Premier League fans know very well and is, I think, one of the best keepers in the Premier League, it's fair to say. He is your breakout star. I'm assuming you're talking about on a global stage.
Yes, without a doubt. Premier League, you know, everybody knows about him. I was fortunate enough to play with Asmir. Best work ethic, I think, that I've ever seen in a goalkeeper. And although, you know, Bosnia haven't had the best of tournaments, he's been fantastic, shot stopping and what have you. And I think he's got a real opportunity now for not only a fantastic move in the Premier League, but somewhere in Europe as well.
Do you think he will go?
I think there's every chance now. If you look at the players that Stoke have got now, you know, the goalkeepers that they've got, there's definitely reinforcements there, and I think it's probably in Stoke's mind that he could be on his way.
Disappointing campaign for Bosnia. Iran could still qualify, of course, if they win.
Incredible. Iran have to win, and then, you know, look at other results. Hopefully they go their way. But, you know, fair play to them. They've given themselves a fighting chance in this last game.
Ecuador France. Unsung hero?
Ecuador France for me would be Moussa Sissoko. I think what he does, he's one of them players that, as a teammate, everybody appreciates him. From the outside, you don't see it that much, but he enables your real flair players to take the shackles off and get forward and do what they want, knowing that he's there at the back with insurance along with the centre-backs.
And the final game, Honduras Switzerland, an interesting one, because if you look at Switzerland's FIFA ranking, they should be expected to go through from this group. So will it be a shock if they don't for you?
It wouldn't have been until you give me that statistic. You know, but they've got a great opportunity now. They're playing Honduras, who, no disrespect, they've been the whipping boys of the group, so there's every chance.
And they might be the whipping boys, but pretty big physically. You wouldn't say that to their face, would you, Danny?
No chance. I know Wilson Palacios, and he's a tough lad.
All right, then, just about time to go. But before we do, let's have a look at our predictions table. Danny, the pace is hotting up in this one. Ian Pryor, the head of sport at The Guardian, and Marit Lawa, the comedian, still duking it out at the top of the pile. Raf Honigstein is catching up, making ground, and it's getting a little bit tight down at the bottom now. I don't really want to talk about that too much. Let's take a look at today's predictions. This is what Ian's gone for. 2-0 victories for Argentina, Bosnia and France, with Honduras Switzerland sharing the spoils, which would see second-round matches of France Nigeria and Argentina Switzerland. If your team's been eliminated, by the way, it's time to follow your second team. England fans, I'm talking to you directly. So if you haven't got one, why not check out The Guardian's Adopt a Nation Interactive? You can find the link in the box below. Colombia is my second team, mainly because I got them in the sweepstake, and they look good. Quick prediction before you go, Danny, for Argentina and Nigeria?
I'm going for Argentina to win 3-1.
Easy peasy for Argentina. Thanks to Danny Higginbotham, everybody. Give it up. Excellent work, my friend. A fine debut. We'll definitely be seeing Danny again. Let us know your predictions in the comments below, particularly Argentina, Nigeria. And don't forget, you can subscribe for more great World Cup content. Coming up tomorrow, Julien Laurent back on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to that. So for that and much, much more, check it out right here. See you tomorrow. Now, Danny, got to get you to sign the desk, like all our guests have done. Feel free, anywhere sort of around here.
Yep.
There we go. Danny, going... That is your name, right?
Yep.
Okay.
There we
Okay.
go.
Beautiful. And a prediction for, that's the World Cup winner, is it?
Yes.
Wow, that's an exclusive. I won't reveal that till the eve of the World Cup final. See if Danny Higginbotham got that right. That's exciting stuff.